Good afternoon, guys. Sorry for the late. Today we'll be seeing about how to work with angular arrays. Okay, so in that we'll how to work with arrays and also how to display the arrays. Okay, so we have seen ng controller in the last class, and how the data gets and how the controller gets the data from data and converts it into the HTML in the and work on the HTML page. Okay, so here for a simple data we did everything. We did the binding, we did the controlling, and we did everything. Now for a collection of data, that is the arrays, we'll see how it will work. Okay. So the collection of data is represented as arrays in AngularJS, and it can be represented by square brackets. Okay. So here, see, look at it. Here we have in the script tag we can mention the AngularJS description. Okay, here we have mentioned the description, and this is our part. Okay, so here see there are two scope. There are two variables here. One is the scope numbers and the scope names we have given. How we have given? We have given it in the square brackets. Okay, so this is what we should mention in the arrays thing. Okay, and here ng controller my control ng app is equal to my app. Okay, so here how to bind it using ng repeat. Ng repeat means it is one of the more used, and it is heavily used directive, versatile, and it is heavily used directive for AngularJS, and it helps to iterate a repetition of arrays to work on an array that is like a loop or something. To work on it, to iterate it through, we give the keyword as the ng repeat. Okay, so each variable in array worker we can make use of it, and we can run it. Okay, so this is the scope. And how to create associative array elements? We can create the associative elements using the comma. We can just put a comma, and we can use the curly braces. Within that we are putting some square brackets. Okay, so generally in AngularJS it is represented by these brackets, and the combination of values, it will be represented by double parenthesis. Okay, and each attribute to be separate, each value to be separated by individual curly braces we'll put. Okay, so here binding associated are how we have bind it using the double curly braces. And emp, what is the emp? It is the ng repeat. We are repeating the employee values in the employee database. In the employee database, we are repeating the employee value, employee name, employee ID, and salary. So this is enough. So whatever the number of n values, we can enter the number of values here, and we just use the ng repeat formula to repeat it. Okay, so here which can use we can also use the track id too. A scope is nothing but a data type. Okay, data type which is used in the AngularJS, and here we make use of the track by index. Okay, dollar symbol followed by index, which can be used to retrieve array elements within the index when array contain duplicate items. So can see here we have duplicate items here, that is 2 is repeated and 4 is also repeated. So to control it and to index it, what we use is the ng repeat by track id, that is the dollar symbol specified by the index. So helper variables, what are the helper variables we use? Along with the index one, we use the dollar symbol which is specified by first, last, middle, even, and odd. So the first, middle, last are the Boolean values. They will say if it is the first element, if it is the middle element, if it's the last element, and it will represent only true or false. That is the Boolean values, and whether the particular element is the first or first and last, or the last in the element of an array. It will just say whether it is true or false. Odd or even is, which will tell the item is in the index, that is the odd or even. Okay. So it will tell which index it is in. Okay. So helper attribute. So item name we have given some data, and item index we have given some index to each item. Here it is 0, 1, 2, and something we have given. Okay. So first name is true. That is, if we are searching for this apple, okay, it is true. Orange, mango, grapes, and pear. For it, we are searching, and it will give return only the true or false value for everything. Okay. So here, uh, if an item comes in, and if we ask it if it is a if it is apple, if it belongs to apple or not, it will just say it is true, false, or whatever. Okay. So how to create a shopping cart using this ng controller? We'll be doing this in the lab, I think. Okay. So here the variable we have specified the app is equal to angular dot module. We have used the ng module here, module, and my app is equal to some array. Some array, we have a empty set of array. For that, we have given a controller. Controller, what it will do, it will be used on the function scope, where items is equal to some array of values. We are adding each item, and we are using the push button to add more and more values in it. And when we remove it, it is called as the slice. Okay. Slice, no, it will reduce the index. It will reduce the index by 1. Okay. So push and slice. We use slice use. Okay. So here consider a button ng click on add item. What it will do? It will add grades and remove it from here. If you want to remove grapes, we can remove. If you want to add grapes, the value will be indexed by one more. That is, it can be added by plus one. Okay. So this is the syntax for writing it. On the clicking of adding item, what it will have is it will have ng click is equal to remove index. It will remove it from the reduce the values of grapes from the, if there are 5 kilos of grapes available in the supermarket, then we are buying a 1 kg, means it will be reduced by 1. That is the remove of index. And also style is equal to color dot red, it will be removed. Okay. So Angular JS, it has some filters also. What are the filters? The filters can be added to the Angular JS to format data. What are they? Lowercase, uppercase, order by, date, and a currency. Okay. So lowercase for formatted string to lowercase to formatting to uppercase on order by the values and date of the specified, and also currency. Okay. So for here currency converter, here we get lowercase to uppercase if we want to here the data to uppercase. Okay, this symbol, and it is turning into uppercase to turn into uppercase, and similarly the date value can be done in scope variable. Okay, scope dot value is equal to, and it also can be done through ng bind. Okay, for binding it. And order by, we can order it by employee ID or salary or item name. And currency filter, so data to currency, whatever price we have to put, we can defaultly it will be done into dollars. Okay. So whatever the currency we have to specify, we can specify. So to change the currency format, we can use the amount of currency to here. The specified symbol we can put, and it will be converted into that currency. Okay. So form validation for it is offers client side validation form validation, and it monitors the state of the form input fields, that is the input area or text area, select and lets you to modify the user about the current state, and it also holds the information whether it has been touched, modified or not. It can be used in the HTML file. So form validators, if it is type is equal to email, and if it is a required field, it will be marked invalid until it is filled out. Okay. So the validation sheets and form make use of this property. Okay. So we can make use of these Angular validation functions. That is the valid. The field will contain only if it is valid, invalid, uh, valid, invalid, pristine. It that means it has not been modified yet, and dirty, the field has been modified. Okay. So for example, we are entering John, and the valid status, it is not modified, so it is true. Similarly, we can make use of some error and success buttons too. How to display the error? Yeah, to display the error, we make use of error dot required. It is that is the fields are required to be entered. So we can keep it as a required or email. Okay, we can display the error message through ng hyphen show, which is also a directive which is used to toggle between hide and show between the validation states. Okay, so these are some of the functions. And routing, ng route, it will helps us to application to become a single page application. And also no reloading, page cannot be reloaded, and it uses the ng route module. We cannot be able to reload it. Okay, and ng route we can put. And how to implement using route provider, we can implement. And in the thing, we can make the config, we can have the route provider. Okay, so updating view, we can also update view. And we have some program done for that. That will be see, we have a root element, that is the home.html. From that, product.html, root, and also services. These are the four different types of HTML page. And we are importing the four things here in the route provider. So when it is routed, then it will be mapped to the that field. And the we can have a tab like thing. So see, home, product, services. So when we click on home, the home page will be displayed. When we click on products, it will be displayed. So it is not like you have a button value here or something. It is just a text or link. From that, we can link it to each pages. Okay, so this is a use of AngularJS. And these are the array and validation forms. Okay, thanks all. I have noted the attendance. It will be downloaded. Thank you.